Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to BlitzKraft with your host, Nighthawk. I'm currently in our little magic house here, and I've been doing a whole bunch of work on Thaumcraft research, and thought we would start off today's episode by doing our very first infusion. So if we come down these stairs, we get into our this is where the quarries were, and this is kind of where I'm doing spawning and other stuff. On this side, I've got an alchemical furnace set up with some arcane alembics, kind of a temporary ghetto setup. I did build a alchemical construct for doing the crucible work so that I can do those without leaving all sorts of nastiness, overflows, and things of that nature. On this side, we have our infusion altar, and you'll see that I got this set up. I'm still working on the layout a little bit, but this should be functional and it should be stable for some of the basic stuff. On this floor, I'm starting to set up a area with all sorts of heads, creeper and zombie heads in particular, to help stabilize the infusion process, because the less problems we have, the better. And over here, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to set up the jars yet. I believe there are 57 aspects that we need to be able to account for ultimately here. Grab a piece of chicken. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to account for, and not sure how that's going to work out yet. Now, if I have this set up right, these jars should be right at the on the kind of the edge of the range of the altar, but they should be within range, and I think they're going to kind of go around the room, but we'll see how that sets up at some point in the future. And I was trying to do some experimentation using autonomous activators and trying to figure out how I can automate processing the actual essentia distillation. And that's why our very first infusion is actually going to end up being the alchemy golem core. Because I think we kind of need to do this in order to get an effective automation system here. The Essentia tubing is kind of glitchy and limited in its capabilities, I think. So, without further ado, let's tap the jar here, or not the jar, the node, and it does not seem to be getting anything. Let's grab all three of these jars, and let's just move them closer. Is it working now? There we go. Now it's streaming it in. There we go. So I'll have to do a little bit more adjustments on the actual range, I think, because that should have been in range based on everything that I've been reading. Oh, actually, no, I know I was one block outside of the range. The jars should have been in one. So there we go. Our very first infusion successful. We have a golem animation core for alchemy. So that's perfect. Now, the next thing that we're going to need to do here in order to make that useful is we need to make a golem. And we could make a thaumium golem. Have to make a bunch of thaumium and get some more essence types here. I think I've got plenty of the humanus, and I can make more of the modus pretty easily using trapdoors. I don't know what I can use to make the spirits at the moment. Probably soul sand. That might be the easiest way. Do another trip and gather up a whole bunch of that. Let's see, what does it take to make thaumium ingots? We just need some precantio, magic stuff, and so that wouldn't be too hard. How about tallow golems? got to make a bunch of magic tallow. We still need the same aspects in order to make it. Let's look at these. A hay bale, they need half as much stuff. And yeah, we're going to have to go gather some things to make spiritus. And I think, let's see, which one is the best here? He's slow. Slow. Average speed, very slow, slow. Average. Above average. He's fast, but has very low strength, but that might be okay. I still need to research this guy. So we will, what I'll probably do, I've done a little bit of work on, so like I said, this is all work in progress stuff. I think since last episode, I've added this essence tank here, and I think I also added the cursed earth spawning area here. If I'd realized how exciting that was going to end up being, I would have recorded that. I thought it was going to be kind of tame, but it turned out to be quite an intense battle just to get all that stuff. Let's see. I could use ender pearls. Would at least get me the magic. Let's see, what else? I don't think I have that I'm getting anything off the spawners that's particularly useful for what I need. I guess I could use zombie heads for the spirit. That seems reasonable. Part of the problem I'm having right now is I'm running out of warded jars here. And I don't want to make too many more of these because I want to be able to just use the golems to run around and take care of it. I also need to make a bunch of jar labels. I guess, yeah, I've only got one. I've got one modus left, but that is a couple more jars that I can use to fill things. Before we get too anxious worrying about that, I'll probably work on getting the golems up and running off camera, just because I've been doing quite a bit off camera. I guess the other thing that I've done is I have the turbine up and running. Excuse me there. So the turbine is up and running. I actually moved the reactor from our original base. Good. Still got a little bit of fuel left in here. So yeah, moved the reactor from our shared base over here, just so that I could power the turbine while I'm getting it built up, because it still needs a whole bunch of Endurum blocks. Right now it only has 3 of them. Let's get a little more light over there. That one. There we go. Make sure nothing accidentally spawns. Still running into the issue where things stop spawning after the server's been up for a day or two. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so we have our turbine up and running. I've got 3 Endurum blocks up there. Needs a whole bunch more than that. But the other thing I've got going on here is we have a laser drill going. And right now it's only being powered by the turbine. I've been hooking it up to the big reactor on occasion just to amp it up a little bit more. We got our farms going. I had to put the mandrake on its own because the harvester was picking mandrake during the day and getting things all messed up. Because when you pick mandrake during the day, it typically spawns one of the mandrakes that you have to kill. So yeah, we got our laser drill. That's providing some nice resources. has resolved our diamond problem for the most part. We got 81 diamonds, 27 diamond ore blocks, and pretty good supply of emeralds as well. I'm going to go ahead and stick emeralds in the pulverizer. But yeah, doing pretty nicely here. I think I've still got to work on some of the buildings in here because they're kind of ugly right now. And I want to start working on actually automating a lot of the processing through the AE system so that don't have to worry about things quite so much. And we need to clean up some of this stuff outside as well. I'm thinking some of this may go on the second floor of the gas building here. Not sure yet. We'll see how that works out. So, anyway, I'm going to go do a bit more off camera. I really want to get the, get some wand upgrades so that I can move some of these nodes around. I've been using the hungry node over here as a refill point. It's a little bit tricky to use, but it's been working pretty well as long as I stay at the right point. You can see in the upper left, as long as I'm careful at keeping my distance, then works pretty well. I do have to use the jetpack in hover mode, otherwise it's just pretty much impossible to work with. Haven't really done anything else on the inside here. I did go ahead and do some of the crucible work to get the umbral roses. So I've been just started those. They will actually grow and spread on their own. And they're good for black ink. We don't have to actually hunt down squid anymore, so that's an awesome thing. And yeah, for the moment, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more work, collect some more items, and see about getting our golems running, and see if I can get a basic golem cruising around in the basement. And I'll be back in a bit. Okay, and we are back. We are still down here in our infusion altar area, and I've got some basic automation set up for the filling of the jars. I still need to get a whole bunch more labels made to label all of the jars, but have them all laid out kind of based on their tier and grouped together. May switch it to all alphabetical at some point, I don't know yet. But this little guy here takes the aspect from the essentia from the Olympics and puts it right into the jars. So he's doing his job quite nicely. And next, I thought we would go ahead and take a look at making this osmotic enchanter. And this one could be pretty tricky because it's got a dangerous instability. So, don't know how well that's going to go, but let's make sure we got all the stuff. Let's see, I think we've got all the alienas. I know we have all the precantio that we need. Let's check for cogito. I'm still learning where some of these jars are, so it's not obvious at this point. There it is. I needed how much? I need 10 of that, and I need 20 potentia. What was the last one? 20 vacuous. Pretty sure I've got that one. There's vacuous, potentia. I needed 20. Yeah, so I need more potentia and more cogito. So I set up the spawner over here with wisps, and I let it run overnight. And when I got on this morning, the chest that I had on here was completely full, which is the one down there. And there were about 250 wisps all stuck in this little spawning chamber. And the tank was completely drained. It was pretty crazy. Let's see, we're going to do that and switch to search mode. Ouch. I also made some Boots of the Traveler, which turned out to be pretty easy. Let's stick, not that. Let's stick those in there. We'll go ahead and use the last elementum that I made. And we may have to find some other stuff to get the Cognito from, but no, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. I don't know why I still have Perdido in my inventory there. We may have to clear the Aurum jar, because it fills up pretty quickly. But should be okay overall. And how much? 14, we needed how much? I think we needed 10. So yeah, we should actually be good to go. So let's go ahead and start setting this up. Now there it takes 8 components, and I happen to have 8 altars set up right now. So I'm going to put that, one of these, one of these, one of these, all the way, the rest of the way around. Stick that in the middle, and here goes everything. Let's see if this thing works. There goes the Precantio. Let's step back just a little bit so we can keep an eye on things. Should be okay with the aspects because we have all the aspects we need. Have to keep an eye on things so that we can get anything that happens to get knocked off the altars, we can get back on the altar right away. I didn't bring down an extra one of these thaumium ingots, so hopefully we don't end up needing any more of those. Okay, that's still there. So far, so good. I really want this Osmatic Enchanter because it will make it much easier to... Okay, so what was the explosion? Let's see, bringing all of the components in. So far... Well, that's... It sounds destructive. I got a little bit of flux taint there, but... Why are you taking extra things? Oh, and we don't have any more Precantio. Do I have any more of that in here? Oh, I know what I have. Let's get this in here real quick. I think it took all the components, so... What is it? Did it end up missing one of those? Oh, there it goes. Let's get back out of there. And there's our Osmatic Enchanter. There we go. Well, that was a little bit more exciting than I expected it to be. Oh, there's the other. Good, we didn't lose any of those. But that one took some damage. That's weird. Can that be worn somehow? I didn't know that that had some other use. Let's take a look at this real quick. Let's see. Created a cloth that can be rubbed on an item to wipe it of its enchantments by combining them in a crafting recipe. Huh. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but regardless, we now have our osmotic enchanter, and since this room keeps getting repurposed, let's just use it. Let's see, we need... The setup on this is a little bit interesting. I probably need to go make some more nitor for it, because it needs 6 pillars, and on top of each pillar it needs a piece of nitor. So let's actually go see if we have that right now. I don't know if all the nitor got used or not. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have just enough. Let's put this here and get obsidian totems. And let's get this thing set up and see what it will do. Put this right about there. Do 2 tall. There's 4, 5, and 6. Whoops. Really wanted to hover there to make it easier to put these up. There we go. Okay, so let's take our boots. And if we put the boots here, we can say we want repair. Let's try to get that out of the way. Let's say repair 2. Let's see. Protection would be good. I don't know if our wand has to have everything or if we can add to things later. What if we take this? Can we enchant that? No. This has enchants on it. Okay, so once we enchant something, we can't add to it this way. But what it doesn't say is if we have to have all of the stuff on it to begin with, or if we can go out and recharge our wand. We got to be able to recharge the wand to add to it, I think. Okay, so there we go. We need a whole bunch of all of these. Might take a while to actually get all of them. But once we do get all of these in here, then it should be pretty amazing. And that wand is completely drained. Okay, good. It looks like it's keeping its progress. Let's go and refill the wand at the hungry node. Need to put these in their rightful place. And once we do this, we will have some pretty amazing boots. Okay, suck up all of the good things from this hungry node. This happens to be a really handy place to charge things up, as long as I'm careful here. And we'll probably have to do this a couple of times. I don't know. I'll probably have to come back to this and just keep it going for a little while, because it's going to take a few times charging up the wand for some of those enchants. I planted a silver tree out here because I wanted to... I was testing out trying to get mana beans to grow, and the mana beans have to be in a magical forest, but guess what? We now have a magical forest in the middle of our plains area, because the silverwood tree decided that it was going to change the biome for us. So that's kind of cool. Let's go stick the wand back in and add another bit of power to our enchant here. Looks like it's got all the Ignis it needs, all the Aqua. Order should be good. Terra is going to need more, I think. Terra and Air both need more, and it's going to take a lot of air. Terra, we should be able to finish up on one more pass. I'm really curious to see how amazing these boots end up being, too, because those enchants are pretty nice-looking enchants, I think. Let's see, this has Air and Victus. Oh, it doesn't have much air in it, though. Let's actually go and... I like using the Hungry node when I can. Don't think I'm going to get a whole lot out of it right now, because I just used it. Okay, here's some air. Hello? There we go. Okay, I don't know where a node with Terra is at the moment. Yeah, that one's just air and water. Okay, well, I needed to put more air in here anyway. Fill up the tires, if you will. So let's put the rest of this wand load of... Okay, so we need about 60 more air and 40 more Terra. So I'm going to go ahead and keep working on getting this filled up. And I will be back with you once I've got the enchants on, and we'll try them out. Back in a minute. Okay, we are back, and we now have our newly enchanted Boots of the Traveler. And we have the Repair 2, Haste 3, Feather Falling 4, and Protection 4 on them. So pretty epic enchants. Let's try them on. And with the Repair 2, they really shouldn't, we shouldn't have any problem with them breaking. Wow, look how fast we are. This is walking speed. Oh yeah, I like this. This is going to be nice. This combining with the sprint assists on the boot, on the legs rather, so that those two combined are making us really fast right now, which is excellent. So let's... The other thing is haste helps out with the flying speed, so you can see we're moving a lot faster through the air, which helps us move around a lot. I'm not sure how high we can fall from and be okay. Let's drop from here and see if we take damage. Yeah, so we still got to be careful on how far we fall, but not quite as bad. I've been marking nodes. Let's see, what kind of node is this? Yeah, that's what I thought. Just so that later on I can actually go back and start picking them up. You can see they're quite a ways out there to the nodes that I was using to get refilled here. But once I get a little bit more powerful with the Thumbcraft, then I do plan on making a recharging area with a whole bunch of nodes all surrounding it, and the node recharger, and wand recharging stand and things like that. So that's in the future, coming fairly soon, I think, because we are definitely making progress on the strength aspect. We do kind of have to be careful on the speed, because it's a little bit ridiculous here. So let's... I'm going to go ahead and make some more labels. I don't have a whole lot of slime yet. In order to make the labels, you have to use the green slime and I don't have anything to spawn those at the moment. So the only other way I can make labels is to actually use witchery to make it, and I don't really want to do that at the moment. I need slimes anyway, just because there's some witchery things that I need slimes for, so gotta track down some slimes. But in the meantime, that's starting to make some progress on the labeling here. I still don't know if I'm happy with the jar layout, and I still got to do some stuff to better automate it overall, because I need to be able to make different things, set up the alchemical construct to run different things, and pulling aspects off the jars directly is well, it gets all locked up, and it's kind of weird that way. So I'm not sure if I'm happy with that. I might have to do a little bit more research and see if there's a way I can set the jars, set up some jars so that I can maybe have a second set of all these jars for the alchemy. I don't know. If you guys have ideas, then definitely let me know. These are all the forbidden magic jars of forbidden magic essence, or essentia, I should say. But yeah, I think I'm not sure exactly how long this episode is going to be at this point, but if it's not quite long enough yet, then I'll see you in a moment. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.